All right, this last story is Danny Sheehan talking at Yale, recently, put out by the New Paradigm Institute. And this one aspect of the presentation, again, I'll put a link in the description so you go check out the full presentation.
These species actually exist. They've been coming and going from our planet from at least 1945, on that date of July 16th of 1945, when we detonated the first atomic bomb on our planet. We know this. We know this to be true, and very importantly, we know that our United States military and our United States intelligence agencies know about this, and we also know that it appears that these different species have bases here on our planet, high up in the remote mountain regions where they're away from all of the people's observations, and very remarkably under the seafloors on our planet. There is one of these bases just down off Baja in California, down off south of Los Angeles, off Baja, off a place called Guadalupe Island. And the USS Nimitz, a full battle carrier group, that was placed there to monitor them. They monitored over 100 of these UFOs coming and going, coming down from outer space and going under the water at that spot, being monitored under the water by the nuclear submarines that were attached to the USS Nimitz battle group. They've analyzed this. We know that there's a base down there. The former four-star admiral of the United States Navy, Tim Gaudet, who is the head of NOAA, actually asserts that they have a good faith belief that there's a base underneath the seafloor there off Baja. Very, very importantly, that members of these species have in fact been abducting human beings over the past 75-year period. They actually appear over people's homes in the night. They actually take people into custody involuntarily. They actually involuntarily remove egg cells from females, sperm cells from males. And what they're doing is they're taking these 24 chromosome egg cells and sperm cells, and they're combining them with 24 chromosomes of their ET genetic material.
And there you go. So that's a lot to take in. I played that a little bit longer than I wanted to originally, because okay, look, I'm going to put a link in the description to that full presentation that he gave at Yale, but that is kind of terrifying, right? But more interestingly enough about that is he's asserting that it is confirmed off, the western coast, the southern coast of America there, right? Up Baja, I believe he said, Baja, California, right? There is an underwater base there under the seafloor, so not like on top, not like it, Aquaman style. We're talking, you got to go into the seafloor. So I guess there's a cave system or so. I don't know how this works, but this is where the Nimitz encounter happened, and lots of other encounters have happened there. So that's interesting. But he's saying that Tim Gallaudet has confirmed that. Did I hear that right? I mean, that's fascinating. Right? That's very interesting. But then to go into like they're abducting people, I don't know about this abduction thing. Like, unless that's like absolutely confirmed, I don't know. Is that right to talk about that? And like, does that scare people, right? Like, unless, I guess, to say we believe maybe this is happening, but like, it sounds very definitive. And again, I love Danny and I love having him on the podcast and talking to him and this is how I would start the conversation with him if he was here, right? Like, is it okay to talk about these things like this if we're not definitively sure? Let's just set in like unnecessary fear. Because how could you not be fearful of that? How could you not have some sort of fear about this if you hear that, right? And so I don't know about that. That's interesting. I just trying to break that down in my head, right? What do y'all think? Let me know. Um, I'm unsure of that. Again, unless we're just so definitively positive about this, right? Because he said they're taking you against your will, against your consent. Um, that I don't know, right? It's just don't know if that's necessary to be saying. And again, unless we have absolute proof, and we don't have proof of anything as far as I've seen. These other people supposedly have proof, but we're not getting access to that proof. So I don't know. So I don't know. But look, it's a fascinating presentation. I recommend watching the whole thing.